Is somebody leaking information ahead of the Q4 earnings, or do we just got a bunch of FUD here? I don't know, but let's talk about it. This morning, I came across this post on the Reddit forum for GameStop employees, and I posted it in the Discord, and I thought about it all day. Should I make a YouTube video about it or not? And, here it is, 6 o'clock in the afternoon on Saturday, and I decided why not, because no one else is going to share this information with you. I do like to always remind you guys that you should be making your investment decisions based on what management is communicating. However, GameStop has not been very upfront about communicating things unless you go read every single line of a 10Q and a 10K. I warned you guys very early about the massive store closures that were coming. I think in November, I called that out to you, and I was told I was fear-mongering, clickbaiting, spreading misinformation. But now, a couple months later, here we are, 700 plus stores into closures, and there are more coming, according to this most recent post on the employee subreddit. While people are calling me FUD and telling you to buy at any price, I'm just saying be patient. And all of you that listen to them calling the bottom at $34, $32, $30, you overpaid. Meanwhile, I just got in around 24 bucks by using some common sense, not pumping you with a bunch of hopium, and being patient. Will that $24 entry work out for me or not? I don't know, but I am flexible. I'm not locked into anything, and I know how to manage my position size according to my own risk tolerance. Because of the risk, I also have downside hedging in place as insurance or protection. I want to be clear, I cannot vouch for if this is factual or not, but it is very specific, and I think we should at least be aware of it, and then we can wait and find out how true this source is with their information. The beginning two paragraphs are kind of as we would expect, but the more interesting stuff is when he talks about towards the end of the post about the new criteria GameStop's going to be at least letting the stores know, or internally managing, maybe they don't let the stores know, but internally managing their selection process for which future stores get closed. Here in the first paragraph, he's saying that the tentative earnings date is going to be March 25th. Financial reports are taking longer to compile due to store closures and how they change 2025 projections. That seems reasonable to me. Current report will discuss more PSA involvement. Good. New website changes, operational efficiency, switch to plans, and employee management, and may announce conference. He goes on to say that as of March 7th, the company has now finalized all the financial reports. This includes leadership's projected changes from this year. I don't think he is talking about people in leadership changing the way I'm reading this, just kind of like what their plans are changing from last year to this coming year. These changes, he says, went through about 5 meetings. The discussion right now is going to project another 200 to 300 store closures, and these closures will be based on 3 new formulas. Formula number 1, this year's Pro membership is going to be an area of focus. Apparently, last year's Pro divided by this year's Pro. This will give you a percentage. If your store is in the negative, as in this year is not above last year or is not above 10%, then the store will be considered for closure. Formula number 2, if your store non-controllable expenses grow by more than 30% for 3 consecutive months, then it will be considered for closure. Non-controllable expense growth by more than 30% is primarily due to rent. This one seems a little bit weird to me because rent is not going to go up, I wouldn't imagine, on a consecutive monthly basis, but maybe they're just saying if the store gets a rent increase during the next year and it's more than 30%, that is probably going to put that store on a upcoming closure list. The final formula is TCG sell-through. Stores will be measured based on a specific list of SKUs that change weekly. Stores will be expected to sell all of the listed SKUs as soon as possible. stores that are sitting on product from this listing will be deemed as bleeding money from the company, as every day it sits is an opportunity for more sales. The list of SKUs will not be mentioned to stores, as this is done to measure traffic. I don't know if this is true or not, but it seems like a reasonable way to manage or measure inventory turnover in a store. Is that store performing? I'll put a link to this post down in the video description so you can read it yourself and go read all the employee comments, and we will judge over time whether this is true or not. I don't know that these things will be called out by management on earnings or in the 10K. Maybe we will find out from employees over time if this was true or not, if the store lets them know about some of these things. And as we have covered here on this channel, the company closing stores is a good thing to make sure that they're managing profitability. In the video I did for you guys just the other day on the GME calculator, which is the spreadsheet I use to project different scenarios for how Q4 is going to look, I've already also projected all of 2025. It is very clear to me that managing revenue, profits, and SG&A as a percentage of net sales is vital to GameStop's operational profits or lack of operational profits. For this stock to succeed, they can't just sit on a boatload of cash earning 4%. That is not going to make the stock price move up. So they've got to get control of profitability and hopefully announce something about what they plan to do with that boatload of cash that they're sitting on. That is really the keys to the kingdom right there. Using that cash. Sitting on the cash is not going to drive the price up. It's going to take some active use and investment of that cash to get this stock moving. If the choice that they make, what they plan to do with that cash, is wise and the market agrees that it is wise. Let me know down in the comments what you think about this post in the GameStop employee subreddit. Do you think anyone else in the GameStop community is going to talk about this? And do you think it will end up being true or not? And even if it's not true, is Ryan Cohen doing the right thing by continuing to focus on closing stores? I say yes. I want to hear what you think. Thank you for watching. I am Tony Denaro, and I will see you on the next video.